sunlight came out a little bit. So let's try to do some flying. Trying to think of where to go. I actually had quite a few non-drone flyers that are interested in seeing some footage and stuff like the cherry blossoms, I guess, just to amaze and wow them. Kind of a good way again just to show how people just use it as a regular camera. So trying to think what I can shoot. At the same time, I'll probably have to make more of those 4K videos because it's easier to share with people just to show them since they're interested. Okay, that was funny. I just got a phone call from a teacher basically to potentially go to a school, like a regular public school, and talk to the kids about martial arts and maybe have them do some stuff just as a little lesson and they can get some questions answered, I guess. So I was basically kind of wondering the logistics and all that. And then at the end of it, his comment was, Alan, you know you're not getting paid, right? I'm like, yes, I know. You're asking me to volunteer. That's kind of funny how that came up. Always try and do the stuff you're passionate about, I guess you could say. Otherwise, you'll probably lose motivation so fast, just like with stuff like that. Lots of crazy news today. How about this one first? Apparently, Apple has this huge, I guess, campus area that looks really cool. But apparently, someone's been flying a drone to capture it, and I guess the company doesn't like it. And it says here, Apple cracks down on drone pilot who shoots epic Apple campus videos. Apple's security team is now able to find drone pilots flying over their campus in 10 minutes or less. Actually does look really cool. It's like some kind of space age, I guess, colony just with the shape of it. It says Apple Inc. doesn't want you flying drones over its campus, which means the days of those sweet drone videos of the iPhone maker's spaceship-like headquarters may be over. And for this person here, it says drone pilot Duncan Sinfield, who has produced videos about twice a month that give aerial tour updates of the progress of the construction at Apple Park, says his videos may be coming to an end. During recent flights, Apple's security team has been catching him flying his drone and subsequently asking him to leave, according to a post on Sinfield's YouTube account Monday. As to the whole process, it says security at Apple Park generally responds in 2 white Priuses to my precise takeoff locations in 10 minutes or less, Sinfield wrote. As always, I respect all requests by Apple security to land my drone and leave the area when asked to do so. My instinct tells me that Apple is tracking all drones in the vicinity of the campus with sophisticated radio frequency technology from companies such as D-Drone, Sinfield added. And this kind of went into the topic of how you can't just take the drone down because I believe in the US it's a crime. It says, it is a federal crime to shoot down a drone even if it's flying over your own private property, but tracking the drone in an attempt to find and confront the pilot is legal. It's interesting to see the kind of division about this too. Would you think someone flying like this should be perfectly okay to do this? Because some people were arguing as long as you take off and land in the area not specifically on their property, then that should be okay. Whereas a lot of people are still saying it's their private property. Would you want people to be doing that in your house, for example, using that kind of logic? So I don't know, it's kind of interesting. What would you say in a situation like this? Should people be allowed to do this for documentation, to see it build from ground up and all that? Was silly. I was going through the trees, everything under control. It was at 22% battery, and it was, for some reason I decided to go return home. I was like, no, what are you doing? You gotta go back down. Jeez, these smart features are like, I don't know, man. They're causes of accidents in many cases. Lucky. The heck, it started to rain. Does this mean a rainbow's gonna come out? And people think it's crazy bringing an umbrella when it was sunny in the day. When times like this. Okay, I think I should go away soon anyways. Again, it's kind of weird, sunny and all that too. But I guess the biggest thing I read today was this one. It's crazy. It says, 1 dead after Southwest airplane with 148 aboard makes emergency landing at Philadelphia International Airport. Apparently what happened, there was an engine that blew up or something like that, like during the takeoff of the plane. And as a result, someone was actually kind of, to my understanding, flying like through the window, and people were trying to grab the person to hold them back. It's like, what is this? This is like a movie. That's crazy. It says here, 143 passengers and 5 crew members were on board flight 1380, according to Southwest. Passengers' accounts on social media said a woman was injured by debris that pierced the aircraft's body after the engine exploded. Officials declined to provide specifics on the person who died. 7 other people were treated at the airport for minor injuries, and there were some people actually inside, I guess, documenting the situation, like this person here, the Marty Martinez. It says here, I guess in his first post, or one of his first posts, it says, "I literally bought Wi-Fi as the plane was going down because I wanted to be able to reach the people I love, thinking these were my final moments on Earth. And put in a position to have to prioritize the people I love to send them my final words was an absolute gut-wrenching feeling. So I thought to Facebook Live my experience, thinking this would be my last communication with the people I love and my team back home." Can you imagine that? Like even this, like if you knew the person, even if you don't know the person, you read this post here, something is wrong with our plane. It appears to be, we're going down, emergency landing. Jeez, and you see all these pictures. That's just so crazy to think about. Would this actually make you terrified of flying? I just can't imagine being in a situation like that. What would you do if all of a sudden that happened? Actually, from looking at the video, everyone seemed pretty calm actually. All the people that are on the plane, even when I was listening to that radio transmission. Although I believe there was one part where the guy was kind of shocked because the airplane, the pilots, they have to talk to the communication tower. And I think they said something along the lines of, the person like went out the window and he had to check twice like, "Excuse me?" And he's like, "Okay, we'll worry about the details later." Yeah, can you imagine someone saying that? You're like, am I being pranked? That is so hard to capture with the different lights bouncing everywhere when you don't have like a good dynamic range on the camera. It's like it's too bright here, it's too dark here. Oh, you just kind of settle somewhere in between the middle. I got something interesting at least. You know, only a few, I guess, couple of weeks left before it's all goners. And here's my steps for today. I actually found out for this app, it doesn't really affect me that much anyway, it doesn't really matter. But for some people who use this as their motivation to get to walk more, I noticed when you go indoors, it still tracks your steps, but it doesn't track it as steps to reward you for. So that's kind of unfortunate for people, I guess, who need stuff like this to actually motivate themselves. I did look into those other apps that you guys suggested too. I was actually still wondering if you can actually run them both at the same time, but I know one of them, it says you actually have to have the app opened at all times, so it can't run in the background. So I can't use an app like that, unfortunately, because I have too many things running at the same time, especially when I'm looking at the screen, I guess, reading stuff. So basically it has to be able to run in the background as well. Alright, see you guys later.